Hi, everybody. My name is Heidi Little, and I'm here speaking on behalf of the Parliament of World Religions and as a North American environmental peace representative. So, how do I speak to that, and what are we talking about today? We're essentially talking about how we can pretty much support and uplift everything going on around us at this time. We are talking about how quiet conversations led to movements being made, and literally how just our simple excuse me, communication between each other begins to create a new landscape for us to live in. So when we started doing advocacy for the water, I had founded International Children's Month in 2013, and our mission with Love, Care, and Respect is love, care, and respect for all the children on earth. And right around that time, I had already been very interested in working with Dr. Emoto, a water crystal scientist from Japan. And he has this fabulous book, Messages from Water, and the Children's Peace Project. And so we became the first North American representatives of that book. And his son sent us a couple hundred copies of the book, and we started to distribute it for free on Turtle Island. And then I also met Grandfather Golden Eagle, who's the Paiute water keeper. And he explained to me how our water got in so much trouble. And so essentially, when colonialism happened here and they started taking over the indigenous relations and populations and the children and all of that horrific stuff, there was no one to take care of the water. They introduced alcohol and all these types of things, and our family got sick. And so then they weren't doing what they normally did, which was, climb up to the top of the mountain when the spring came, and the snow started to melt, doing ceremony as the springs flowed down into the rivers and the oceans. And it was a very necessary and part of life, to have traditional ceremony and to take care of the waters that way. And when the indigenous relations were betrayed and got taken over, they injected all kinds of things to make it so that they could not continue to practice and take care of and be the empowered, beautiful people that they were meant to be. And so the waters began to get sick. And there was a couple of decades there where no one was taking care of the water. That was like the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. There wasn't a lot of activity of taking care of the water, and the waters became sick. And so when something gets disempowered, the awful things that try to continue to divide and conquer and take over jump right at it and be like, oh, okay, let's see if we can do this and take this thing down. And so big companies, and people just allowing their toilets to flow into the river, and no one was paying any attention to what was happening, the plastics and all the things that happened developmentally, which, okay, fine, it didn't work for our water. And we forgot to love, care, and respect for our water. And so when we started 2014's platform, International Children Love Water, we just started with healthy conversations about the water. Like, what can we do to support our water? How do we take care of our water? What does the water need? How much water is there really fresh to drink on this planet? And it's the same water that the dinosaurs use that's fresh here, that has always been here. It's the same water. We don't get any more fresh water unless we learn how to drink the sea, which in some countries we are learning how to desalinate. And okay, great. However, we take care of what we have, then we're golden, right? Like a good old car, or our bodies, or our skin. So we started to have healthy conversation, and Grandfather Golden Eagle brought in a mission of wanting to create 176,000 water medicine wheels on Earth. And so we needed a mission for International Children's Month for that year. So we said, great, let's do it. And how do we do that? A lot of people got together. A lot of people got inspired all over the world, and they started creating water medicine wheels and making personal water medicine wheels. And then Grandma Pat brought me back a message from Dr. Emoto at a gathering at Mary Thunder's Ranch, Chief Richards. We were out there doing a water ceremony, and Grandma Pat came and she said, I have something for you. Because I told her I'm having problems with giving and receiving. I don't really know how to receive. And she said, I have something for you from Dr. Emoto. And she taught me the water exchange with Dr. Emoto. And it goes simply like this. You put your hands on your heart and you imagine all the times in your life that have given you such joy and happiness. Whenever that is, whoever that was, and whatever that was, if you need it, you could just imagine yourself next to a waterfall, beautiful rainbows and butterflies, or maybe a gorgeous field of flowers, or in a beautiful, pristine, and quiet forest. And just whatever you can imagine and think of and recall that will bring you just joy and happiness in your heart. And I add breathing in the love and breathing out the love. And I've created 8 stacking modules based on this breath work. And just really filling yourself up. And when you feel really full, you put energy into your hand and you give it to the water. Water, I love you. Water, I thank you. Water, I respect you. And after you feel like you've given it out, you turn your hands over and you receive a gift from the water. And you can feel it coming into your hand. And you bring it to your heart and you breathe it in. And that is the giving and the receiving of the water. Just like the ventricles of our heart, we have one that gives and one that receives. And that simple, beautiful practice can unblock your giving and receiving. You give joy to the water. You can try it in the bathtub with a glass of water. You can try it at the ocean or the river or the pond. And everywhere you do it, you're going to get a different experience. And it's beautiful. I've been doing this practice now for 10 years. All right. So quiet conversations and sharing these beautiful little tools can transform our landscape and bring joy and happiness back into ourselves, back into the world, back into our families, our mother nature, our water. And that's my contribution for the environment and for love and for peace and harmony to return to planet Earth and to our humanity as we rise, flourish. Because this is an arising and it is an unstoppable movement. And I thank you for having me this day. And I thank Morgana and our panel for allowing me to come in virtually. I'm in a classroom, middle school, teaching children while we launch the Center for Advancement in Social Emotional Learning at cladvancement.org. And please let me sing to you of love, of beauty, of ascension, of descending to one heart, one world, one song, one dream, one life, one. Water, I love you, I thank you, and I respect you.